To whoever this may impact, sometimes our lives have to be completely shaken up, changed, and rearranged to relocate us where we're really meant to be. Sometimes, change feels like loss, transformation is scary, and sometimes, to discover the best versions of ourselves, we must let go of absolutely everything that's holding us down. Welcome to I Missed Me, your new safe space. I'm excited to form a part of your healing journey. Let's talk about what it feels like to hit rock bottom. It's different for everyone, but that feeling of being completely stuck, like the world is pressing down on you, is universal. Maybe it's a personal crisis, a breakup, a death, a failure that hits harder than anything else. Or maybe it's subtle, like a slow burn of burnout, depression, or just the exhaustion of carrying the weight of too much for too long. At rock bottom, it can feel like there's no way out. You might even feel like giving up is the only option. I know, I've been there. You're looking at a wall so high, it feels impossible to climb. Bestie, it is okay to feel stuck. It is okay to feel lost. But it is also important to understand that this is a phase, not the end of the road. The thing about rock bottom is that it's only called like that because it is the lowest point, so you can only go up from here. As much as it feels like rock bottom is a place of despair, it's actually one of the most powerful positions to be in, because it is when you are your lowest, you have no choice but to look up. Think about the roots of a tree. The tree might be tall and strong, but its roots, those deep unseen parts of the tree, are often planted in the darkest, most fertile ground. It's the soil that nourishes the roots and that allows the tree to grow tall. Without that deep foundation, the tree would never rise. And when we hit rock bottom, we are in a similar position. We are in the perfect place to dig deep, reconnect with our roots, our values, our goals, and our why, and rebuild ourselves. It's not about avoiding the fall. It is about how we rise after it. Rock bottom isn't just a low point. It is an opportunity to come back stronger. Take a moment to think about some of the most inspiring people you know. Many of them have been through some kind of rock bottom. It's often in those times of struggle that we learn who we really are, what we really want, and what we're truly capable of. However, your perspective is everything. When we're at rock bottom, it is easy to see it as prison, a place of defeat. But what if we choose to see it as a launch pad? What if instead of thinking, I failed, you thought, I've been given a new opportunity? It's all about shifting the lens through which we can view our struggles. One of the most profound lessons I've learned is that setbacks don't define us. What defines us is how we choose to respond. We will stay stuck in the misery, or will we use it as fuel to rise up? I know it sounds like a big leap, and in some moments, it may feel impossible. But even the smallest shifts in how we view our challenges can make a massive difference. What can you learn from your struggle? What's one thing that you can do today and right now to move forward? Even if it's just a tiny step, acknowledge where you are. It is okay to be honest about where you are right now. You don't have to sugarcoat it or pretend everything is fine. In fact, the more honest you are with yourself, the better. You can't change what you can't admit. Seek support. No one does it alone. It's hard to see the way forward when you're stuck in your own head. Talk to someone, whether it's a friend, a mentor, or a therapist. Getting an outside perspective can help you find new ways of thinking and unlock possibilities you might not seen before. Focus on small wins. Don't look for a giant leap, but instead, focus on small incremental steps. Maybe it's getting out of your bed at a certain time. Maybe it's writing down one thing that you're grateful for. But small wins add up, and with each victory, you build momentum. Keep moving forward, even when it's hard. The key to getting out of rock bottom isn't to wait for the perfect moment. It's just to keep going, even when you don't feel like it. You don't have to know exactly where you're going, but you do need to keep moving. Every step forward, no matter how small, is progress. If you're sitting in a place where everything feels dark, remember, rock bottom is only a place you stop for a moment. It's not your final destination. The fact that you're listening to this podcast means you're already looking for a way out. And right there is a sign that you've got what it takes to rise. I think the most dangerous thing about rock bottom is how it can make us feel isolated, like we're the only ones facing such hardship. But let me remind you, you're never truly alone. It might seem like the world is crumbling, but sometimes that's the exact moment when you're the brink of transformation. When I think about my own experiences of hitting rock bottom, I realized that they weren't just moments of despair. They were moments of clarity. They forced me to stop pretending everything was okay and take a hard look at what I needed to change. It wasn't easy, but it was necessary. Rock bottom can act like a mirror, showing you who you really are when you take away all the distractions and external pressures. And if you're feeling like you've reached your lowest point, it's important to remember you're not stuck there. You might be at the lowest point, but that doesn't mean it's the end. This moment is an invitation for something new. And while it may feel like everything is falling apart, it's actually a space that offers great potential for growth. Think about the nature of how diamonds are made. They form under intense pressure. Over time, deep within the earth, hidden from view, and that pressure can either crush something or shape it into something beautiful. Rock bottom is a lot like that pressure. It can either define you in a way that's limiting, or it can force you into something stronger, something more resilient. And the key here is how you respond to it. When you hit the floor, there's a decision to make. Stay down or rise again. Rock bottom doesn't just break you down, it also clears away what's not serving you, giving you the space to build something new. It is so easy to fall into the trap of seeing this time of your life as a punishment or a failure. What if we saw it as a gift instead? What if we viewed our rock bottom not as a dead end, but as the moment when everything can shift for the better? I want you to ask yourself, what if this struggle is happening for me and not to me? What if the challenges you're facing right now are giving you the chance to level up in ways that you've never imagined? I may not seem like it now, but sometimes the most painful experiences lead to the greatest transformations. Think about the process of a caterpillar turning into a butterfly. The caterpillar goes into a cocoon, isolated and seemingly broken down, before it emerges as something completely different, a butterfly. In a sense, rock bottom is like the cocoon. It's uncomfortable, but it's necessary for your growth and transformation. Perspective is a skill. It's not just always easy to shift from a place of hopelessness to a mindset of possibility, but by asking yourself empowering questions and seeking out a different viewpoint, you can begin to shift your mindset little by little. Every change in how you view your struggle is a step forward. It's important to acknowledge the reality of your situation. Denying it or pretending it doesn't exist will only keep you stuck. Take a moment to fully accept where you are, no matter how uncomfortable it feels. Acknowledging where you are doesn't mean resigning yourself to it. It means acknowledging the start point for change. When we're in the middle of hardship, it's hard to see the way out. That's why it's essential to get clear on what you want to achieve, even if it's just a small step forward. Maybe it's starting a new hobby, looking for a new job, or simply setting up for a morning routine to build momentum. The clearer you are about your goals, the more focused your efforts will be. Surround yourself with people who encourage you, believe in your potential, and can help you see the light when things feel dark. Sometimes, a fresh perspective from a trusted friend can be just what you need to spark change. The road to recovery or reinvention is not a sprint, it's a marathon. But you don't have to take huge leaps to make progress. Focus on taking small, consistent actions every day. Maybe it's reaching out to someone, maybe it's reading a chapter of a self-help book, or journaling for 10 minutes about your feelings. Even small steps is a victory and bring you closer to climbing up. One of the hardest parts of hitting rock bottom is the impatience we feel. We want to fix everything right away, but change takes time, and it's essential to be patient with yourself as a rebuild. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you give to a friend in the same situation. The road to recovery isn't linear, and that's okay. If you're in that deep, dark place right now, remember, it's not permanent. Rock bottom is just a phase. It's the launch pad to the end. You've survived 100% of your worst days so far, and you'll continue to rise up. From here, you can only go up. With love, Mafe. Besties, if you enjoyed today's episode, make sure to share with anyone that might need to listen. Don't forget that we have a membership where as soon as you sign up, you will receive an I Missed Me hoodie. Plus, you have access to an exclusive episode every single month, printable activities, meditations, monthly challenges, PDF guides, and behind the scenes content. Don't forget to follow I Missed Me on social media, I Missed Me Podcast on Instagram and TikTok, and subscribe to I Missed Me's YouTube channel, I Missed Me Podcast. I will see you guys on our next episode.